what do you think is the key for a happy life? I bet that you're thinking that it is to have a lot of money, the best job, or to meditate or do exercise 24/7. I would like to tell you that it is to say hi. To say hi to your neighbor on your way to work each morning, or to say hi to that barista you meet every time you go for a coffee. Now, you may be wondering, how the hell does this relate to weak ties? What even is a weak tie? Don't worry, I'll explain it to you. According to sociologist Mark Gronovetter, a weak tie are those casual connections or loose acquaintances we have every day. When we think of happiness, we usually think of our strong ties, those with our partner, with our best friends, or that. And even though they are very important, a growing body of research is actually proving that focusing on weak ties also has a lot of benefits. So, why should they matter to us? I'll give you 3 reasons. First of all, they contribute to our overall happiness. And to prove this, I will talk to you about an experiment conducted by psychologist Gillian Samstrong. This experiment consisted in telling a group of 30 people to ask for a coffee while engaging in a conversation with their barista. And another group of 30 people would also ask for a coffee but prioritize efficiency, not engaging in any type of conversation in order to get their coffee as fast as possible. Then, another scientist would interview them in order to know their general mood at that moment. The results were amazing. They found out that the group who had engaged in a conversation were in a better mood at that moment. And therefore, repeating those little actions every day can enhance your happiness in your life. Now, let's stop being so selfish for a moment and also think on the effect in the other when we interact with them. It promotes the release of oxytocin, dopamine, and endorphins. Basically, people get super happy. And I don't mean to scare you by this, but the last reason is that weak ties are disappearing. According to a 2023 survey by Meta and Gallup, 1 out of 4 adults feel fairly or completely lonely in the world. And this is logical, since we prefer to spend our time doom scrolling in our phones instead of trying to connect with other people. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand that there are some people that prefer to spend their time alone or just with their strong ties. But I would like to tell you my own personal experience that taught me that focusing on your weak ties can also enhance the happiness in your life and open new perspectives to me. So my experience goes back to Model United Nations. And for those who don't know, it is about debating. When I began in this hobby in 2022, the only thing I had in my mind was to win, and to win. And I remember this time that this mindset led me to the following accurate representation of me at the after party. Even though I had won the prize, I was alone. And I wasn't really happy with the success at that moment. So for the next MUN, I decided to focus on the weak ties, on trying to connect with people. And soon I built this. These are my weak ties. They are not people that I see very often because they are from different schools or different cities. But I remember with much happiness the interactions that I had with them. And I certainly look happier than in the previous representation. So what can we do about it? What can we do in order to have more weak ties? Don't worry, I'll give you the answer. First of all, embrace the awkwardness. Accept that not all interactions will be perfect. This will encourage you to have more casual interactions and also to appreciate the ones you already had, even if they result to be a little bit weird. Second, the liking gap. This is a psychological phenomenon that Erika Butbay, researcher at Cornell University, defines as the disparity that exists between our perception of how much we think that another person likes us and that another person's actual opinion. And a lot of studies are actually proven that we underestimate how much another person likes us or enjoy our company. So now that you know this, I hope that you really understand that other people really appreciate the interactions you have with them and that you make them happy. Then invest in activities that you love. For me, it was MUN. For you, it can be anything. Going to the gym, do a volunteer work, or going to a concert. All of these activities are great opportunities to make new weak ties. Then, it's okay to prioritize our friendships. We usually think that friendships are a secondary thing in our life, but it is totally okay to be present with them, to appreciate them, and to try to make new ones. And finally, and I know this might sound a little bit cliche, but be present. Don't overthink how you want to be seen by the other. Just be yourself. I would like to end this presentation by telling you the following thing. And I know it may sound a little bit ironical, but strengthen your weak ties. And I encourage you to do it today. In the break for the next segment of presentation, talk to the stranger sitting right next to you. If you don't know what to say, I'll give you the next icebreaker. Ask them, if you were an egg, how would you like to be cooked? Who knows? You might make a new bestie, or you might just make someone's day better. Thank you so much for listening.